Jona. Today I want to talk to you guys about some of my favorite musical movie adaptations. So musicals that have been turned into movies. Oddly enough, there are a lot of musical movies that I haven't seen. Like I said in my last video, I've never seen The Producers, I've never seen Billy Elliot, I've never seen Dreamgirls, I've never seen A Chorus Line, I've never seen Little Shop of Horrors. So your favorite might not be on this list. I narrowed it down to 10, so there are also ones that I have seen that I've enjoyed that might not be on this list. I tried to make it a top 10. They aren't necessarily in order, but these are probably my 10 favorites. Coming in at number 10, we have West Side Story. I have just seen this one very recently. It was either April or March that I've seen this, so it was very recent. And I really liked it. It was a little much. Like, I wasn't expecting things to go the way they did. I loosely knew the plot, but I didn't realize there was gonna be this like big fight. So it was a lot to handle, but it was a really well-made movie. The choreography was wonderful, and I think it's pretty close to the musical. Like, I don't think they changed it that much from the musical, but I've never seen the musical, so I'm not sure. Number 9 is Bye Bye Birdie. Dick Van Dyke is in this, and he is my favorite actor of all time. You guys know that, so obviously this was gonna be on my list. This one is just nice to watch on a rainy day. It makes me feel cheery and happy. Put on a happy face is definitely my favorite part of the whole movie. Dick Van Dyke, I can't even. Now the song is going through my head as I'm talking about it, and I'm just like, oh, I feel so happy. It might not be the best musical ever, but it's a feel-good musical, and it's fun to watch on a rainy day just to like perk up. Here at number 8, we have a classic that I like to refer to as Sound of Music. That is what it's called. I grew up with Sound of Music because my grandma is obsessed with it. She loves it. And I'm glad that she loves it so much because she introduced me to it. Julie Andrews is fantastic in everything she's ever been in. Whenever I was little, I loved the Lonely Goat Herd scene where they did the puppet show. I thought that was so much fun and I wanted to do it. It's a classic. Up next is Chicago. This movie adaptation is definitely like a movie. It's not so much like a musical recorded to be in a movie format. It's more like a movie based on a musical. That doesn't make any sense when I say it out loud, but in my head it makes a lot of sense. I like the cinematography of Chicago, I like the transitions, I like the cast. It's just a really well-made movie. Up next is Annie. Unpopular opinion, I really like the Carol Burnett version, so the original movie one. And then the one made for Disney with Victor Garber and Kathy Bates. I like both, and I know a lot of people prefer the original and only prefer the original. But I like the one that Disney made. That is the one I actually preferred as a kid. I used to play it on the TV and act it out, like act along with the movie. There's actually video footage of that. I really liked it as a kid. I remember not so much liking the Carol Burnett one. When I got older, I liked that one more and more and more and more. So they're both on this list because I like them both. Okay, here at number 5, I have 2 movies, but these were movies before they were musicals. So like they don't really count, but I love them so much and I have to put them on this list, otherwise I will feel horrible. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Mary Poppins. Once again, Dick Van Dyke, he is the best. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Mary Poppins were my favorites as a kid and still are. Everything about them is so good. Like everything about them. They're magical and they make you feel magical and they're just so wonderful and precious, and I had to put them on this list. Okay, coming in at number 4 is kind of an obscure one. Disney actually made a version of the Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, Cinderella. It starred Bernadette Peters and Brandy and Whitney Houston, and I loved it as a kid. I absolutely loved it. It was one of my favorite movies. I wanted everyone to watch it all the time. To this day, it's still one of my favorite movies probably ever. I don't even know why. Like I said about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Mary Poppins, it just makes me feel magical. It makes me feel like anything is possible and like, it's so magical. That's the only word I can think of to describe it because it's magical. The cast is wonderful. The costumes, oh my gosh, the dress that Brandy wears to the ball. Whew. I want that dress so bad. I've always wanted that dress. It's so beautiful. Bernadette Peters is Queen. I can't even. Whitney Houston is Queen. I can't even. It's just a lot of goodness in a movie. It's so good, and I feel like a lot of people don't know about it. It is so good. So if you don't know about it, I think there are at least some clips on YouTube, so you definitely have to go watch because it's great. It'll change you. Up next is Hairspray. I am talking about the Zac Efron, Amanda Bynes version. I was obsessed with this when it came out. I still remember the night I saw it in theaters very vividly because it changed my life. Just like Bye Birdie, it's one that I can watch on a rainy day and just feel super perked up and like ready to take on the world because it just makes you feel so happy. The music makes me want to dance. It's bright, it has a great cast, it has funny moments, it has heartfelt moments. It's just really good and I really like it. And I have it on DVD, but I have like the dance version, like a special edition version, so it's like, it's legit. Number 2 is another one that, thanks to my grandma, I grew up loving. My Fair Lady. My grandma loved My Fair Lady, and I remember watching it with her more than one time. It's a classic, at least in my mind, it's a classic. I love Rex Harrison, and I love Audrey Hepburn. Audrey Hepburn's actually right behind me, right there. I've known the music from a young age just from watching it so many times. I've had it on DVD for as long as I can remember. Once I started school and I was in like kindergarten and elementary school, I wanted my friends to watch it with me, but they weren't really interested. They missed out. And of course, coming in at number 1 is Rent. I adore the Rent movie. I love it. I love it. I know some theater people think it's not very good because they cut out like goodbye, love, and stuff. And I do agree that they shouldn't have cut those things, but like I still love it. I'm sorry, I really love it. Aside from being a musical, it's just a really good movie. The cinematography is great. I love the way they filmed it. I love the sets. Obviously, I love the cast. I just think it was really well done and I'm glad that they did it. And I do think they should not have cut Goodbye, Love, and Halloween and stuff. But still. So those are my favorite musical movie adaptations. Honorable mention goes to Sweeney Todd, Les Mis, and Into the Woods. I'm sure there's many others that could have made it onto this list. What is your favorite movie that is adapted from a musical? Let me know in the comments. I'm really interested to see. I love you all. Stay beautiful, you people. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Wow, that was fancy. You see that? That was fancy. I just scratched myself. That's just the way of the world. I'm gonna keep twiddling my thumbs. Bye.